Hello, my name is Neil Bakewell and welcome to Supersize Your Business. What I want to talk a little bit today in this short video is the mathematics of business. Mathematics, I've already put some of you off, I'm sure, but please bear with me. What I specifically want to talk about is Newton. Now, I've got a degree in aeronautical engineering, so a lot of my time is spent studying the works of Sir Isaac Newton. You may recall that he's the guy who saw the apple fall from the tree, realised that it must be acted on by some external force. That force, as we all know, is gravity, and you can't really get a degree in aeronautical engineering unless you can overcome the forces of gravity. What people don't know about Newton so much is that despite being a famed mathematician, probably the most famous mathematician who's ever lived, Newton was always an alchemist. He looked for ways to change base metal into gold. And in many ways, that's what us modern business owners do, isn't it? We have a basic product or service. We look to add some value and to change it into something better that can be sold for a higher profit. So Newton is a great example of somebody to study for business owners. But what I want to look at in this video is something he published way back in 1686. That year he published his defining work, the Principia Mathematica. Now, if you've got a copy of the first edition of this book in your home, you will never need to work again. It is worth a fortune. However, there's probably only about 4 of these books left in existence, so the chances of that are pretty slim, so I suggest you listen to what I've got to say. In that book, Newton published 3 laws of motion. This is the first law, written up on the whiteboard here. It says, a body will remain in a constant state of rest unless acted on by an external force. You're thinking physics. Let's just try and apply this law into the world of business. What happens if we change the word body into business? A business will remain in a constant state of rest unless acted on by an external force. This is the number one mistake, the number one failure that most businesses and most business owners get into. They do the same things, the same ways, and as a consequence they keep on getting the same results. If they only did something a little bit different, if they applied an external force, then things would start to change. There's this famous story that Zig Ziglar, the great American speaker, used to talk about the guys in the desert, and they all wanted a drink, and they came across this old handheld pump, and they'd be stood there pumping away, and there'd be no water coming out, and they'd keep on pumping, and one guy'd want to go away, and the other guy was kept on pumping, and eventually the water came out. Then once that water came out, you just need to apply a small amount of constant pressure on the pump to keep that same thing going. And it's the same with Newton's first law of motion, because the other half to the law says that a body will remain in a constant state of motion unless acted on by an external force. So once you've overcome that first thing to get the body moving, because this law is also referred to as the law of inertia, once you've applied that external force, that push, to get your business moving, then it's a lot easier to keep things rolling onwards. Now, this external force can be anything. It could be an outside influence in your business. It could be a coach pushing you onwards. But you've got to apply that external force on a daily basis to stop your business ending up in a steady state of rest. Because when a business ends up in a state of rest, it dies. I hope you found this information useful, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.